it's Morgan here. So this is going to be the first video on this channel. I'll give you a little rundown what the channel is going to be about, show you some of my cars and whatnot. So first, real quick, what you just saw me playing is this is my sim setup. It's a temporary setup right now. I'm building a whole cockpit for it with a real seat, and you'll see in another video. But so it's a Thrustmasters TX base with a leather racing wheel, the T3 PA pedals, the TH8A shifter, and the Sparco handbrake mod / sequential shifter. This thing is sweet if you've never used one before. And the Thrustmasters sim hub. So let me go show you some of my cars and give you a little rundown of this channel. Alright guys, so going outside, give you a quick rundown of my cars. Start with, this is my brother's car. It's a '05 Civic. It runs and everything right now. It's just kind of sitting right now because he has another car. I'll get into that too. His goal for this car was to just slam it, make it look good. I think he wants to put a K20 or a K24 in it eventually. So maybe I'll get to that at some point. But this is one of my cars. It's a 96 240 SX. It's a KAT. I'll show you that real quick. Yeah, like I was saying, it's a 96. It's a KAT. It's a built bottom end. Has CP pistons, turbo tough rods. It was actually just down for about a month because my turbo manifold had a crack in it. We were gonna just weld it at my buddy's shop, which I'm gonna go to after this, but we were gonna just weld it, but that turned into making a whole new manifold out of from scratch. So I don't know if you can see it right here, but there's a brand new manifold in there. I'll throw some pictures up right now if I can of the manifold. But yeah, so that's the engine bay of this one. For a 240, I'd have to say the interior is pretty clean. One little hole right here in the seat. Besides that though, it's a little dusty. Like I said, it was sitting in my buddy's shop for about a month just collecting dust, so I gotta clean it at some point. But this is gonna be my drift car basically. I need to get it tuned. Got the new manifold on. It's running pretty rich right now, but once I get it tuned, I'm planning to go to some drift events, probably over at Sunshine or Showtime Speedway, and maybe some in Orlando. But oh yeah, one more thing. Let's see here. It also has a fuel cell on the back. Don't know how big the fuel cell is. I want to say it's about 12 gallons. Has the battery over here. So, nice and secure in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it has a side-mounted fuel pump down here. So yeah, that's this car. On to this one, 2008 Honda Civic. I actually got a killer deal on this one. I'll tell you about that another time maybe, but yeah, so I got it completely stock, one owner car, had 100,000 miles on it, basic interior, 5-speed, and I just wanted it to look halfway decent, so put it on some ESR wheels. They are 18 by 9.5 all around, plus 22 offset. Had to roll the fenders a little bit. There's about -7 camber in the rear. Just have upper control arms in the rear, and that's about it. Just some eBay special coilovers. The shout out Hoonigan Max Peating rods. But yeah, that's basically all this car is, just a daily. Alright, so let's get to what's in the garage, and this is my baby. I love this car. It's a pretty special car to me. Might not be to some of you, but let me show you. Forgot how much stuff was in here. Alright, so yes, this is, well, to some of you this might just look like a Miata, which technically you're not wrong, but let me show you this real quick. See that badge right there? It's not a Mazda badge. So this is actually the seat I'm going to use for my sim setup. It's from a Honda Prelude. Let me get this out of the way a little bit. So yeah, let me give you a little walk around of this one. Alright, so like I said, this is my baby, a special car to me. One more thing I'm going to show you before I show you why it's so special. See this badge right here? Eunice Roadster. Now, some of you by now might know what that means and why it's such a special car. So, let me just show you. So yes, if you can't tell by now, this is a right-hand drive Miata. In Japan, they're not called Miatas, they're called Eunice Roadsters, which is why it has the Eunice badge and not a Mazda emblem. This car was imported from Japan. It's the V Special, so if you want to look that up, you can see what these cars come with. It comes with the tan interior, the Nardi wheel, Nardi shift knob, wood grain, e-brake handle. Really good condition. The only thing is this driver's seat's pretty ripped right here, but other than that, it has about 97,000 miles. British Racing green. I got a hard top for it, a black hard top. Debating if I want to paint that green or not. Kind of like the contrast with the black and green. Koenig Hypergram wheels. Forget exactly what the spec is. I believe they're 15 by 8.5. I don't remember the offset, honestly. Has some Toyo proxies, some 195s. Typical Miata stuff, Raceland coilovers. Now, before you say anything about having Racelands on a Miata, they were free. My buddy had a Miata, he wanted stock suspension. I wanted coilovers, so we just swapped. So, also has the ISR exhaust. But besides that, it's pretty stock. I love this car though. It's a blast to drive. Shout out to Chris Rudnick. Hopefully one day this can be like his SR Miata. But yeah, it's pretty much a rundown of my cars and whatnot. I'm gonna head to my buddy's shop right now, my buddy Jacob, and give you a rundown of his shop and some stuff we're going to be working on probably in the next video. So I'll see you when I get there.
So as Morgan said earlier, this is a shop. This is where we spend a ton of time after work. Had it for about a year now, so we got it for one more year, as long as things go good. Got a couple projects here. This one's for sale, if anyone's looking for it. 01. Someone buy it, please. We got something that shouldn't be here. Kevin's dad's car. Still don't know what he's doing to this thing. We got a project that we'll probably talk about a little later on, maybe after the Miata's done. It's got a blown turbo. My best friend's car, who passed away, so we're gonna keep it. It's a boosted E36 M52 B28. This is also Morgan's favorite spot. Get out of here. And then, should I talk about it now or fab stuff? Fab stuff. Alright, so here is where some of the jankiness happens. Got drill press, all the necessary basic fabrication stuff. And what else we got over here? Got the press, Harbor Freight toolbox. The TIG is gone right now because it's getting some warranty work done on it. Fab table. We just got done making a manifold from Morgan's 240 shield block we had for his flange. Got bandsaw, and then this is my main project. This 1.8 liter alcohol burning funny car. So this is a BP4W. It's bored out to a 1.9. Manley rods, Wiseco pistons. It's like 8.5 to 1 compression. Fully built. It's got a full SuperTech head. It has a GT3076R, a Briggs manifold, just a log, which probably needs to go. Super damper, just a regular Miata stuff. Skunk 2 intake manifold. Öhlins, some knockoff wheels. Alright, so throughout the course of this, you're going to see a lot, well, maybe a lot. This car started out as a just stock turbo build and progressively got into a really bad money pit. So not only is it a fully built BP4W, it's doing a GetTrag swap. So the next couple videos on this are going to be about the GetTrag swap before it even runs, which is a lot of work. So for the people that don't know, a GetTrag swap is a E30 swap kit from a BMW that Miata made pretty recently, maybe not too recently, a couple years, but it's the only solution you're going to have to make your Miata fast, actually fun. So, I mean, unless you go Turbo 2, we're not going to get into that. So that's just kind of like a basic rundown of what we do. Not really basic, that is the rundown of this shop, if you want to call it a shop. But
So yeah, that's like he said, a rundown of his shop, his cars, what we're going to be working on here in the future videos. So the next video is going to be about his Miata, getting his transmission mounted in the car, the mounting holes drilled, the bracket put on it, the clutch, the flywheel, the adapter plate put on the engine, you know, the whole Miata swap for the E30 trans. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video then.